What's up, collectors? Welcome back to Films by Color and to another episode of This Week in Physical Media, where we go over every new Blu-ray and 4K release that's coming out this week, talking about the week of August 5th. But there is not that much stuff coming out this week. It's only a handful of releases, very, very short, and I still wanted to do a full show and talk to you guys about something interesting. I didn't just want to rush through. I didn't want to cancel. I wanted to do a show, so I decided to do something different tonight. Don't worry, we're still going to go over the new releases. We will cover all of those, but it should only take about 10 minutes, maybe not even that long. And then we're going to jump into a new topic that is something that I've wanted to do for a while. I've wanted to do a video about this for a long time, but there would be a lot of editing involved. I have to do like a lot of screenshots or video capture or something like that. So I thought it'd be perfect for a live format. I'll show my screen. We're going to jump over to eBay, and I'm just going to go down my wish list of holy grails. These are out of print titles that I'll never be able to afford. There's some truly outrageously priced things secondhand. Now, I'm not saying that these are worth this much. I don't think a lot of them are. I'm just coming at this purely as a collector who sees what they're listed as. I don't think they've sold for this much. They probably haven't. I haven't looked at all those details, but this is what they're listed as, and this is the reason why I'm not going to be able to ever own these in my collection. So we'll take a look at those together. A lot of different boutique stuff, mostly boutique stuff we'll be talking about. And I think it'll be a good conversation. I think it'll be a good time. I shoot the show live every Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in front of a live audience. And we already got a bunch of people here. So I will talk to you guys in just a minute. But first, we're going to do our segment, our new segment, talking about things that people sent me. Last week, we talked about Jeffrey Patrone, who was wonderful and sent me 3 Godfathers Blu-ray from Warner Archive from my Amazon wish list. Thank you so much, Jeffrey. Today, we've got another one here. This is from No Borders, who sent me this little gift from my Amazon wish list. Thank you so much, No Borders. It's Jodorowsky's Dune. Look at this, a documentary about the film that almost was. I have been interested in this for a long time. I had a professor in college. I don't remember what the class was. It was like some kind of design history class, cinema design history class. I don't know exactly what the name of it was, but it was where I learned about Saul Bass and all these other great designers that have worked in art design on films. And he really was excited about Jodorowsky's Dune. When we got to that section, he wouldn't stop talking about it, about Geiger working on the art design for this film and the concept art and everything. And there seems to be so much interesting stuff about this. It got pretty far into pre-production before they had to can it, but yeah, I'm super excited to check this out. I love Dune. I love the book. I love the new adaptation. And there's something fascinating about this book. For some reason, it's like a science fiction book. It's a genre book, but for some reason, it has inspired multiple auteur directors to make movies about it, which is weird. I mean, Denis Villeneuve, it makes more sense for his filmography, but you got Jodorowsky and David Lynch. Neither of them would seem like they would make a Dune movie right off, but David Lynch's version is out there. It was completed. This one wasn't, unfortunately, and I can't wait to see everything that was involved in the making of that. It looks like a good time, so thank you so much, No Borders, for sending that to me. Really appreciate it. And if you want to donate anything to the channel, the Amazon wishlist is down in the description. But of course, anything you can do, super chats, likes, comments, any of that stuff all supports the channel. So don't feel like you have to do that. But it is a more fun way to donate because you actually get to pick what the person does with the money. I've done it before to some of my creators that I really enjoy. It's fun. You just get to pick something that you know they'll enjoy instead of just like $5 that YouTube's going to take 30% of anyway. Anyway, sorry, YouTube. Don't cancel me. Sorry to be offensive. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump into the new releases tonight first. We'll do that real quickly. And then we'll do some fun stuff. Let me see who's in the chat here. We've got Dan's Den. Internet user is here. Says, hey, excited to talk about these if-only releases. That's a good way to say it. Yeah, if money were no object is another way to say it. Baloney is here, checking in and ready to rock. Michael Smith, in the words of... I don't like Mondays. Interesting. Sorry, man. Hopefully I can cheer up your Monday a little bit here. Jeffrey Patrone's here. John Malahai. Brandon Robert Kurges. Do you own Mac and Me? I do not own Mac and Me. Is there a nice boutique? There should be I think the Arrow release would be a great fit for that movie. But yeah, a lot of good guys here. So talk to you guys in just a minute. Let's talk about some new releases. Let's switch over here. And as always, we're on Blu-ray.com. August 5th is today. All these titles will be coming out tomorrow, August 6th on Tuesday. But first, I have to give a shout out to Deaf Crocodile. This amazing box set that they kickstarted a few months ago. I was trying to tell everyone I could about this because this is amazing. This is the Alexander Ptushko Fantastica box set. They've already released 3 films by this wonderful director. They're all fantasy, high fantasy, sword and sorcery films. And they did the super cool thing, which I've never seen any boutique label do before. They kickstarted a box set that is just a box. If you already have the films, which I do, I have all 3 of them here from Deaf Crocodile, and they look amazing with their limited edition slipcovers. So if you already have them, they made an option on Kickstarter where you could just get the box and turn it into a box set, which is really cool. And also the 4th film that they're releasing at the same time as this box set is going to come too. So I did the Kickstarter. It should be shipped like this week. And as soon as that comes in, I will definitely do a video for you guys, add the 4th film to this, put it in the box set, show you guys what it looks like. So I'm super excited about that. I don't think you're going to be able to buy it. I think you had to go ahead and kickstart it already, but I'll show you what it looks like when it comes in. So that is a great box set that is apparently released right now, August 5th. And then tomorrow, August 6th, we've got just a handful of releases here. We've got Hackers getting a 4K Steelbook, 4K Blu-ray Combo Pack Steelbook. Look at the overview right there. There's the artwork on that. Kind of fun artwork on there. Goes across the back, and then a screenshot on the inside. There's both discs, 4K and Blu-ray. Simple release. It is not an exclusive steelbook. It's just from Shout Factory, so you can get it from their website. Maybe you can find it at a Walmart. I don't know. I don't know if you can find those these days, but should be not too hard to get your hands on. Definitely not as much as the things we're going to be talking about today. Then we've got a lot of Bill and Ted releases. Starting with, we'll just go in order here, Bill and Ted's Most Triumphant Trilogy. So they're a box set. Most things we're talking about tonight is from Shout Factory. This is another Shout Factory release. They're giving a box set of all 3 Bill and Ted movies right there. Shout Factory logo at the bottom. That's a pretty cool looking box set. I don't have any Shout Factory box sets, but I saw the JFK one in stores a couple times, and it was pretty cool. So, there you go. If you love the Bill and Ted movies, that's probably the definitive way to own it. It is a 4K Blu-ray combo pack for all 3 movies. And then you can also just get Bill and Ted Face the Music 4K on its own, also from Shout Factory. Just your standard 4K case from the Shout Select line. That's spine number 163. There you go. The most recent film right there. Look at that. Gosh, Keanu Reeves, man. Does not age. Looks fantastic. There he is. That's just the new one if you already own the first 2. And then a couple other things here. You've got Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey also getting a 4K release. Same thing, Blu-ray and 4K combo pack. And that is spine number 162 in the Shout Select line. There you go. It's surprisingly creepy there. And then we've also got Randomly Collateral getting a 4K release. This is another steelbook from Paramount Pictures. There you go. 4K Blu-ray combo pack coming out this week. If you're a big Tom Cruise fan or Jamie Foxx, there you go. You got Collateral. Jamie Foxx, underrated actor, man. I wish he did more stuff because he's always great. And then just a couple more things here. I'm going to go ahead and go with Babes 2024, which is a brand new film, a comedy film. The Bridesmaids of Baby Making, says Rolling Stone. I don't know what this is, but looks like a female-led dual protagonist comedy film from this year. So brand new release. I don't know if that got a theatrical release or not, or if that's just straight to Blu-ray. And then another smaller film here. You've got Banal and Adama from Kino Lorber, the only Kino Lorber release this week, which is a smaller film as well, festival film. What country is this from? Do we know? It just says English subtitles. But yeah, there's a drama about a young couple in Senegal must contend with the disapproval of their remote village. I think that means contend. But there you go. Banal and Adama. And then the last one here is Nude Tuesday, which is a Tribeca Film Festival film coming to Blu-ray, limited edition from Tribeca Films. And this looks like a comedy. A fish out of water rom-com with a lot of naked people. That's a 2022 film. And then, of course, closing it out with Dragonheart, as every one of these shows should be closed out with, the classic Dragonheart. Horrendous artwork on this. I don't know why. This is a re-release, I think. I think this steelbook's been out for a while, but it is the 4K steelbook of Dragonheart, one of the greatest cinematic masterpieces of all time. I, unfortunately, right before the 4K transfer got released, bought this lovely German release of Dragonheart because I was like, there's never going to be a 4K release of Dragonheart. Well, I was wrong, and that is always, it seems to always happen to me, but this is a really cool release. It almost looks like a boutique release. It has the Scanevo, how do you say that? The Criterion indicator style case. It's got this lovely slipcase and everything. Very, very cool release. And then, of course, as soon as I bought it, they announced the 4K. So maybe I'll upgrade to the 4K at some point. That's a big nostalgia movie for me. I saw that when I was a kid with my friend, and it holds a special place in my heart. But anyway, that is also coming out, getting a re-release this week on 4K if you missed the initial release. But that's it. It's literally just like 8 things. So that is why we're going to be talking about something else this evening. Let me chat with you guys in the comments here real quick. And then we'll jump into the new topic. And I'm looking to hear your opinions on these. If you have anything that goes into this category as well, let me know and we can look that up too. Let's see. Griff says, this brings up a question about Holy Grails. How much is the most you've spent on a title? That is a great question. Maybe we'll get into that tonight. I would like to just do a video on the Holy Grails that I actually have got, because there's a video there, of course. And this was actually like the reason I did this video was because I just got one, and it's right here, and it's enormous. And this is a Criterion out of print release that I will be doing a video on probably right after this stream, or maybe in the morning. Hopefully I can get that up as soon as possible, but that was kind of the reason I thought of this tonight. Let's see. Edgar Gonzalez, excited to catch the live. Hey, we're excited to have you, man. Thanks for joining us. Jeffrey Patron Jodorowsky, I think, had tapped Pink Floyd for that unmade Dune movie of his, if I recall. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I don't know what a Dune movie made by Jodorowsky would have been like. It would have been nuts. Josh is here. Howdy. Some great announcements this week. The Li Chang-dong box set from Film Movement over on the VS site is certainly my release of the year. The Bellatar Curzon set is going to be awesome as well. Yes, sir. I will be saving up for that Bellatar box set for sure. I'll be picking that up in October. I can't believe that happened. That's another one where I was like, oh, I'll go ahead and buy the Satan Tango Blu-ray. That's never going to get a 4K. I was wrong again, and it's okay. It only cost me $20, but I'm definitely going to be picking up that box set because it looks amazing. Griff says, kind of a weak release week. Yeah, it's usually like this. The first week of the month is usually pretty light. The last week, they drop all their stuff, and then the first week of the month is kind of just a couple things. So we'll continue to keep some new ideas coming so these weeks don't get too boring. Posty, that Collateral Steelbook art is really awful. Sorry, man. If you're looking forward to that release. And then Dan says the exact same thing. Collateral, great movie, god-awful artwork. How do I say this? Janana? Ooh, Myotherapy. It is the MO of limited editions to have a limited run for real boutique labels. A studio might reissue the title, but it won't be the same. Yeah, right? That's another thing we can talk about tonight is Criterion's kind of the outlier. They don't do limited editions, but every other boutique label these days is jumping on the limited edition bandwagon. And I gotta say, it works on me, man. Something about like I can pay $20 for this now, or $30 for this now, and if I don't, it's gonna be like $90 to $100. We'll take a look at some of the stuff that we're going to talk about tonight, and it skyrockets, and I hate it. And I'm not endorsing that kind of behavior. I don't think that's right to like scalp stuff and buy it just to resell it, but it kind of works, and I think boutique labels are realizing that, and a lot of them are doing it now. I mean, I just did a whole video on my Radiance haul, if you haven't seen that one yet, and Radiance does that too. They do the limited editions, and then they do the standard releases, and it's kind of a good mix for both. If you don't care about LEs, you can just get the standard. At least they do that. It's not like they're not releasing the movies. At least you can get the standard. Arrow does the same thing. Vincent does the same thing. So yeah, it's good. I think it's the best of both worlds, but yeah. It's hard on the wallet sometimes. Bailey Walsh is here. Griff says, yeah, I grabbed Dragonheart when it was out at Best Buy. R.I.P. Yeah. That's a different time. It feels like ages ago that Best Buy was still selling stuff. Michael Smith, one of his Holy Grails is the Criterion OOP Del Toro's Trilogy box set. Yes, that was one of mine, and I finally got it a couple of years ago for a pretty good price, so thankful for that. But yeah, that's probably my favorite Criterion release if we're just talking about packaging. Let's see. Oh, Henry popped in. Hey, how's it going? And I think we can go ahead and jump into it. All right, so this is what I'm thinking. I'm going to jump over to the other screen. Here we are, same as we always do, but I'm going to switch over to eBay here. And I put together a little Films by Color watch list, whatever it's called. And we're going to go through, and I want to talk about some specific releases. Now, I've gone from highest to lowest. So these first ones are going to be absolutely insane. And I don't recommend anyone try to buy these because these are nuts. But here we go. HD Zeta. Real quick, if you don't know, let me pull this up real quick and you guys can look at it while I'm blabbing. So this is the most insane release I've ever seen. If you don't know these kind of premium luxury box set companies, most of them are in, actually don't know where HD Zeta is, but there's WEET Collection, and there's Blue Fans, and there's Film Arena, and there's World Cinema Library. There's all these kind of premium deluxe box set releases. They'll do these insane box sets of just like a single film, and they go out of print like within minutes, within hours of being released, and then immediately they go on secondhand for like 200, 300, 400, insane prices. I don't have any of the one-clicks. They'll release full slips. It's a lot. If this is new to you, this is gonna be super nerdy. So sorry about that. I have a couple full slips. This is an example of a full slip. This is from Nova Media, which is another one of these premium labels. Usually they'll have lenticular. It'll be a little bulkier, like a boutique release. It'll either have a slip cut, or either have a case or a steelbook inside, and then there'll also be a booklet. This is for one of my favorite films, Once, from 2007. And this one has a steelbook inside, like this. And it also has a booklet that has all the lyrics. This is a musical film, and this wonderful booklet with all the... I don't know if I did a video on this individually or not, but I think I talked about it in my Christmas haul video because I got this for Christmas from Grace. So this is one of the only full slips I have. Now these will go for about 100 to 150 on the secondhand market. And then a one-click is what we're about to look at here, is like 3 full slips in a giant box set. So they release 3 full slips of the same movie with like different artwork and different booklets and different art cards and stuff. It's kind of dumb. I've never done that. No offense to people who do that, but like if you're going to pay like $400 for one movie like 3 times, that's a little crazy to me. So that's what this is. This is from HD Zeta. This is the Lord of the Rings trilogy. There's a one-click for each one. So you've got a one-click for Fellowship, a one-click for Return, and a one-click for Two Towers. All of that in a gigantic box. This is listed as $950. Insane. This is never going to sell. Who's ever going to buy this? I'm definitely not going to buy this. Love these movies, and I would love to have this, premium 4K version, but I'm not going to pay this much. This is insane. That's what the entire box looks like. That's what the steelbooks inside look like. There's, 1, 2, and 3. Absolutely crazy. There's like art cards and booklets and everything in there. Absolutely nuts. If you got this kind of money to spend on this, more power to you. I cannot afford it. I got myself the 4K of Lord of the Rings right here. Not crazy about this set. This is kind of flimsy and like cheap. I actually like the Blu-ray one better back there. The gold one, that's a little more durable. This is just kind of a flimsy little piece of cardboard in here with a standard case down there, and it has like a ring. Not the best, but at least it was like $50 and not $950. So I'll be happy with that for now. But there are a couple things in here that are, more understandable. That's just absolutely insane, the Lord of the Rings ones. Next up, here's one here. $625 for a Kino Lorber release. What in the world? Kino Lorber is the cheap boutique label. What are we charging $625? This is just 2 simple box sets from an animator that I would love to check out. This is a big animation guy from like the 70s and 80s. And he's done things like The Inspector, Ant and the Aardvark, Tijuana Toads, Crazy Legs, Crane, all these like kind of iconic. I mean, they're not as popular as, some of the other famous stuff, but I've heard about these. I would love to get these. And they're in these lovely Kino Lorber box sets. All they are is just the releases with just a little sliver, little skinny box around it, and that apparently makes it cost $625. So there we go. I've got volume 1 and 2 of the collections, 5-disc set and 6-disc set. So you get a lot in there, but $625 is absolutely insane. Look really nice. I love you, Kino Lorber. I wish I had known about these when they were first released years and years ago, but definitely not going to pay $625 for those. I'll have to get the individual releases at some point because I love animation. But insane. Absolutely insane. Posty says, whoa, DJ, will not hear Kino Lorber slander. I'm not slandering Kino Lorber. I'm sure those were like $30 when they came out. They were definitely not as outrageous as this guy's trying to sell them for. And no offense to any of the people that I'm going to pull up that's selling these things. This is just something that I'm interested in. I feel like once a day I just skim through eBay and like look at my watch list and see what the prices are. Kind of addicted to it, unfortunately. But I usually have some pretty good willpower and I don't blow my life savings on any of this insane stuff. But if only I could. If only I could. It would be lovely. Speaking of boutique releases, let's jump over and see. Interesting. Actually, I'm going to talk to you guys here a little bit because you guys are mentioning some cool stuff over here. Henry Bidenkamp, my holy grail is AK-100 since I need it for Criterion completion. So he's talking about the Akira Kurosawa gigantic DVD box set that Criterion released. That was, I think, a limited edition, or else it just went out of print super, super quickly. I've seen that. It looks insane, but it is all, yeah, like you said, very, very expensive. I totally understand that. Joshua Andrews, I collect all of the mainland Chinese films from World Cinema Library, and if you don't grab them the first week they are on sale, you'll never be able to get them. Man, I would love to see your collection. If you do you make videos? Because I would love to see that. There's so many World Cinema Library releases I would love. Message me on Instagram because I actually don't know how you order them. Like I can't even find their like original site. I only see them secondhand. Let me know how you find out when they're releasing stuff because I would love to order some of those premium stuff because when they come out, they're not bad. When they come out, they're like $60, $80 at the most. But then they go insane on the secondhand market. So I need to figure out actually how to get those when they come out. Dan's Den says Once is great, but I prefer Sing Street. I did too the first time I watched it, but this last rewatch on Once, it just jumped to the top of my list. I love that movie so much. Jeffrey Patron says that's bonkers for that Lord of the Rings set. Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. Whoa. Jumping around here. People talking about some limited edition releases that they have. Very cool. Internet user says, yo, I remember the Inspector and the Ant and the Aardvark. Yeah, I'd love to get into those. Like I said, I'll just get the standard releases from Kino. I'm not going to try to get those because those are nuts. Jason says I grabbed one of my grails under $500 last year. Collaborations, the cinema of, sorry for the butchering of this name, Zhang Yimou and Gong limited edition. Interesting. I don't know that one. Maybe we'll have to look that one up earlier. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump back and see some more of this nonsense, this craziness, shall we? Going from Kino to Eureka. This is a box set that I would love. Eureka did this gorgeous, beautiful box set of Buster Keaton's films. Kind of low quality images here, but the back looks good. For some reason, the front is blurry. But there you go. All, like so many of Buster Keaton's films. I can't really get a good, like I said, low quality images there. I can't really see them, but look at that. You've got 3 different cases, 6 different films, and then a huge booklet, man. Give me all the booklets. I love booklets. I love like living with these films for like a week. Like if I can watch it and immediately read about it and learn more about it, sticks in my noggin a little bit better. And I love doing that. I've been doing that with Criterion lately. So this is an insane box set from Eureka. Look at this. $600. This man or woman or store, it looks like just a store, HBT store, is trying to get $600 out of this. You know, maybe they will. They're not for me, but I would love to have that box set someday. It's beautiful. Love the color. I love the color they chose. Perfect for the browns and the yellows. Looks great. Looks wonderful for like a silent film, sepia tone era box set. Masters of Cinema. I love their stuff. It's hard to get over here, especially the box sets. But love that one. I have the Kino Lorber releases from those, so I'm okay. But whew, if I ever stumbled across that in the wild, I would be severely tempted. Let me take a sip of water here. I'm more animated than usual because I'm outraged, so I'm losing my voice already. 2001: A Space Odyssey, one of my favorite films, probably top 100, and this is our first World Cinema Library release. And whoo, is it a beauty. Let me go ahead and show you. We already talked about it a little bit. Let me show you what the quality of World Cinema Library. These are insane releases. I have nothing bad to say about them. Just that their releases on secondhand market sell terrible, like outrageously. I have this one. This is probably my favorite release in my entire collection. This is the Tales of the Four Seasons by Eric Romer, one of my absolute favorite directors. Each of the Four Seasons, each film has its own. This is absolutely. I've definitely done a video about this, but each one has its own slip box inside. Then you've got a case. All of this is completely custom artwork. And then inside there, each film has its own like bit of memorabilia from the film. This is cool. Don't give me art cards. Give me this. Like this is like a pivotal scene in the movie, like a note that's left to somebody. And they actually do give you a replica of it. And each one has their own different little, this is neat little, just a little bit of memorabilia in there. And they look great. The box set on the outside is actually absolutely beautiful. You get a hardbound book inside. So I have nothing bad to say about the quality of World Cinema Library. Like it's insane. High quality premium stuff. But yeah, these World Cinema Library releases, they're very, very limited. I think this one's only 500. Yeah, this one's 500. Some are 400, some are even 300. So very limited. That's, of course, going to drive the price way up. World Cinema Library is a Chinese company, as someone mentioned earlier. And this is their release of 2001: A Space Odyssey. Look at the size of this thing. This is one movie, and it's this massive box set. This is spine number 17, 2001: A Space Odyssey. Still sealed. He's trying to get $500 out of this one, which, I don't know. Maybe it'll happen. This one's limited to 500 as well. I can't give you a good shot of the inside because he doesn't have a photo of it, but I've seen the insides of these. They kind of open up. There's like magnets in the box and they open up and it slides out and there's all this crazy stuff in there. Beautiful release. This is the 4K release. They've been doing 4K stuff lately. I still don't have a 4K release of 2001, so I would love to have this one, but I'm probably going to have to go with a much cheaper option. But that's beautiful. I love it. I wish it wasn't $500. That's for sure. Let's see. People in the chat. What are people saying? Internet user says 2001, A Costly Odyssey. It's insane. It's insane. Yeah. World Cinema Library stuff is hard to acquire. Yeah, there's only like 400 of it in the whole world. All of us collectors. It's hard to get. It's really hard to get. I'm so lucky that I got the Eric Romer one. I'm very happy about that, but I don't have any others. That's the only one I have. But anyway, let's jump into our next one here. This is another 4K release that I would love to have. I only have this on Blu-ray so far. This is Alien from another premium release, Film Arena, which I mentioned earlier. Look at this. Look at this. Beautiful. Can I zoom in? Yeah, look at the detail on that. Hyper glossy, super embossed. Alien 4K from Film Arena. This is spine number 120 for them. And there's the side. You've got a steel book, a big old book that's the size of the steel book, and then another thinner book. I don't know what they are, but it looks incredible. Alien, nice, thick, bulky release on the side. Perfect amount of shelf space, in my opinion. I love those big real estate taking up releases on the shelf. And this is limited to 1,000. So there's more of these, so it shouldn't be that hard to get your hands on. But again, this seller is trying to get $500 out of this one. $500. He's open to offers. Make an offer over here. Maybe you can get it down a little bit, but I don't think they're going to drop much higher than $500. But I would love that release. I'm a big Alien fan. I love the first Alien, but I don't love the sequels. So the only one I really need to get my hands on is that first one. I have the box set back there with all 4 movies in it, but I don't really need to hold on to that because I'm never going to watch the sequels again. I love the first one. I think it's perfect. It's one of my favorite horror movies of all time, maybe one of my favorite sci-fi movies of all time. So I'd love to get a real premium, nice 4K edition of it, but that's not it. I'm not paying $500 for it. That's ridiculous. But it looks so cool. It looks so cool. That's what we're doing tonight. We're looking at cool stuff. Maybe some would call this torture. I don't know. But this next one's another beautiful one. This is from Manta Lab, which is another one of those premium labels from Asia. And it's The Shape of Water. It's one of my favorite Guillermo del Toro movies, maybe top 3. And this box set is insane. Look at this. It's made to look like the chamber, the cage that they keep him in. And underneath, so I've seen the inside of this before. I don't know if they have pictures of it. It doesn't look like they do, but this has 3 full slips in it. I think it has 2 full slips and a steelbook inside. And one of the full slips is a lenticular of the ending shot. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Shape of Water, where they're kind of hugging underwater. You can see them right there underneath. And they're in like underwater inside the cage. It's got holes die cut into it. You can see the full slip underneath. Oh, it looks so good. Again, $500. I've seen this cheaper. I've seen this for like $400, maybe $350, but it looks like the going rate right now is $500. Such a cool release, such a cool box. I love what they do. I just wish they made more of them so they weren't so hard to find. But that's another limited to 500 release. Shape of Water. I would absolutely love that. But it's not even 4K. It's just Blu-ray. So, oh, it is 4K. Never mind. Dang, it is 4K. Okay, well, I'll have to find a different version. But I love that Shape of Water release. So cool. So unique. I love that kind of stuff. Dan's Den says, sorry, DJ, I can't let you spend that. Don't worry. Don't worry, man. You won't have to step in. I have a wife and kids to feed. I won't be doing any of this stuff. But internet user says that Xenomorph is shiny and chrome. It really is. High quality stuff. Evil Wax. You could get 10 Criterions at regular price for the same cost of one 2001: A Space Odyssey. Exactly. And that's what I do. Like, that's why I don't do this, because you can get so many more movies. The ones that it is a little bit, the ones I can justify, not that, but like if something was 200, 250, if it's like 10 movies, maybe I can justify it. Like I think, almost spilled my water. We'll talk about Arrow in a minute, but this is my Arrow Academy release of the Eric Romer collection. This is 10 films in here. Look at that, 10 films. This was about 200. I can justify that. That's like $20 a film. But one movie for $500, absolutely ridiculous, out of the question. But once you get these box sets that have much more bang for your buck, you can kind of negotiate that a little bit. But yeah, the one movies are really, really hard to justify. I don't know how people, and look at this, all these are still sealed. Like these people just bought them to resell them, which is annoying. Like as soon as I buy this stuff, I just open it up and watch it. I don't like the whole buying just to resell stuff. That's not cool. Evil Wax says, I'd have to really love a film and be a completist to pay $500 for a limit. I would really love, I don't even know if there's a film I would love that much to even do that. It's insane. Evil Wax also says these people are smoking something. Yeah, it's crazy. Like I said, I don't know if these are ever going to sell. We can look at the previously sold ones, but yeah, these prices are nuts. And and some of these have been in my wish list for like years. These people just leave them up forever and they never sell. All right, let's move along, shall we? We'll get a little bit, and these are like absolutely insane at the front. We're starting with the outrageous stuff. It's going to go down as we get through this, and there'll be some more affordable stuff. Maybe something will pique your interest, but most of the stuff is just going to be insane. Speaking of these premium labels, next one here is from We E.T. Collection, which I don't own any from, but I have bought a release. Speaking of Sing Street, I bought Sing Street for a friend of mine, Connor. He's one of his favorite movies of all time. I bought the We E.T. collection for him from that, and it's beautiful. I got him a full slip, and he loved that. That was a Christmas present a couple years ago. But this is not a full slip. This is a one-click, like I talked about earlier, so you're going to get four different full slips inside this giant box. There's all four of them right there. You got a Miles one, you got a Gwen one, you got everybody, and another Miles one. All of these packed into this giant Into the Spider-Verse box. This is one of my favorite movies, one of my favorite animated movies of all time. I would love to get a nice release of this. $500, absolutely nuts. Maybe I'll just get a full slip of this at some point. Just one, $80 maybe. Maybe. That's still a lot for one movie. But I love that movie. It's one of my favorites, and I would like to get that at some point. But it's a beautiful box. You can't really see it with these photos, but it's got kind of holographic gloss all around it. It looks cool. Very nice. Good work. Good work from the people at We E.T. Collection. But not worth $500, I don't think. Let's see. What else do we have? We could do this forever, by the way, because there's a ton of stuff. Arrival, another one of my favorite movies of all time. Look at that. Another beautiful one-click. I wish it showed the full slips inside, but yeah. Arrival's a top 100 movie for me. It's my favorite Denis Villeneuve film. I would love to get even just a full slip of that would be amazing. But yeah, $365 for that one. A little lower. We're getting a little lower. Still nuts though. This one I put in the thumbnail because this is beautiful. This is another World Cinema Library release. The Last Emperor. Getting a look at this. Look at this. This is a beautiful box set. Now, we've got many releases of this. Criterion has already done a release of this that's been out of print. It's coming back in 4K, coming back into print in 4K soon. Arrow had a lovely big deluxe limited edition release of this as well in the 4K. So you can get this movie. You don't have to buy this one. But this one from World Cinema Library is absolutely crazy. Look at that. You get the movie right there. I think it's Spy number 1. Holy, I didn't even know that. Spy number 1 from World Cinema Library. Then you've got, looks to be an extra full slip of it right there. Then you've got a book, and you've got another book, and you've got, I don't even know what all this is. You've got so much stuff in that box. That's one movie, and all of that is for one movie. So if this is your favorite movie, and you got $350 of birthday money laying around, maybe get that. There's only 430 of them in the whole world. But yeah, there you go. And let me know in the comments if you guys have picked up any of this kind of stuff. Someone in the comments said they had a lot of World Cinema Library stuff. I see people talk about these in groups online. I see people do videos about this. There's a lot. There's a lot of people that do pick these up. I would love to, but it's not in the cards for me. Maybe if I switch jobs at some point. But yeah, look at this. Very, very cool. Last Emperor, probably the definitive release of that you could ever get. But $350. Which actually doesn't seem that insane because we've been talking about $500 things, but it's still crazy. Still crazy. There's another Into the Spider-Verse. This is from Blue Fans, not We E.T., and it's a gorgeous looking box as well. Bunch of full slips in there. I actually like that one a little bit more with the purple, but that's still $350. Still not going to move the needle. Let's see what people are saying. People are probably thinking I'm nuts for even talking about this kind of stuff. Ethan Edwards, I'm totally fine with the 2001 4K I got for $13. Exactly. Yeah, especially some of the guys that are like only care about the movies. This is crazy talk. This is absolutely nuts to them. John, I think I'd rather just go see 2001 in the theater when it shows up at the plaza once every 5 years. Yeah, that's one that pops up a lot. That's true. Dan Zen, Last Emperor is truly an epic. I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to it when that 4K comes out. If I don't go with the Arrow release, I might do that. Posty, do you have a list of top 100 or top whatever films that you don't have on physical media? No, I don't have that. Usually I buy things that I like. I'm working on a list of things that don't have physical media releases or don't have Blu-rays or don't have 4Ks. I'd like to do a video on that at some point. So I'm workshopping a list on Letterboxd. I haven't made it public yet, but I will do a video on that at some point because that's always interesting to me. Oh, interesting. Eva Wax, word of the wise, make sure to watch your 4K movies within the return period. 2 of the movies I bought in the past month are scratched and pixelate in the middle of the film. We'll be returning them. Wow. That's a bummer, man. Sorry about that. Alexander, I shelled out a little more than $100 on eBay for the Trilogía de Guillermo del Toro set, and that's about my limit for Holy Grails, I think. I'm exactly with you. I also bought that set. I think it was around $100 for the trilogy, out-of-print trilogy from Criterion. Beautiful box set. Check out, I think I have a video on my channel called I Finally Got My Holy Grail or something. My Criterion Holy Grail? I don't know exactly what it's called, but it's that. It's the Guillermo del Toro, and it's wonderful, and I don't regret that one. That's 3 movies for $100, so it's around $30. It's okay. That's kind of my limit too, is around $100. Oh, I guess I did do $200 for the Eric Romer, but like I said, that's 10 films, so it's a little bit different. But yeah, that's, I think, most normal people's limit. But this stuff is insane. This is like black market, just insane sale stuff. This box set is awesome. I would love to have this. This is Murnau and Fox TCM Turner Classic Movies. This is a DVD box set, but it's the most beautiful DVD box set I've ever seen. This is, TCM, like 12-disc DVD box set. I think Henry, maybe you or maybe Kevin, one of the guys in the chat actually, or in the comments, actually turned me on to this box set. They told me about it. I didn't even know about it. Look at this. This is insane. You get a bunch of books in there. You get this big, giant deluxe packaging for these old silent films, which I'm a huge fan of. I would love to get all these, even if it's just DVD. But yeah, this box set is $275. This is the cheapest one I could find. Beautiful box set. Love everything in here, except the $275 price tag. Wish I could get this at some point. Maybe I'll get lucky and find one that's affordable at some point. Or maybe we'll get lucky and those will be released in like a Blu-ray box set, because that would be great. But yeah. Awesome box set. Very unique. This is a studio release. This is not from a boutique label at all. I wish studios did more stuff like this. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't a studio because it says straight from TCM. I don't know how that works. I didn't even know TCM released stuff. Maybe a collaboration or something. But yeah, that set's awesome. Didn't know about that till very recently. Not as bad as some of the things we've talked about because it is 12 discs and quite a few movies in there. But still, $275. Pretty steep. Pretty steep for movies. Let's keep moving on here. Oh, here we go. Some people know about that. Let's talk to these guys. Michael Smith. Oh, I have that Murnau Fox box. I think I paid $200 even. Oh, okay. So you got a little better deal then. Maybe it's worth it. Let us know if it's worth it for $200. Henry said he got that Murnau set for $80. Oh, killing it over there, Henry. Very, very good on you. That's great. Ethan Edwards says there was a DVD set Ford at Fox that I bought years ago. That's one of my favorite releases ever. Okay, Ethan. So you can get into the pricey game every now and then. Dan's Den, we don't talk enough about how Murnau died so tragically, a car crash, and we were robbed of so many potentially great films. Yeah, that's a bummer. Way to bring us down, Dan. No, thank you for that. John Malahai, I'm pretty sure TCM just put their logo on after the fact because they agreed to promote it. Oh, okay. That makes more sense than them being involved at all. Jeffrey says that looks fantastic. Murnau and I don't know how to say this name. This is why I conveniently skipped over it when I read it. Is it Borzage? You have to let me know. Count me intrigued, says Jeffrey. Yeah, it's a beautiful box set. Love it. Hopefully you guys can find it for less than $275. Let's move on. We're going to Arrow Academy. Arrow Academy, one of my favorite labels. They put out so many good box sets. I showed you the Eric Romer one already. They have a ton of them. They're always brightly colored and beautifully designed. They're always interesting films that aren't like the go-to. Like Arrow Video does a little bit more mainstream stuff. Arrow Academy used to put out such cool things. This is Jacques Rivette. Not all of his films. The same director as, I'm never going to remember their names. So-and-so and so-and-so Go Boating. Is it Julie and somebody Go Boating? It's in the Criterion Collection. That film is not in here, so don't worry if you already have that film. But this has several of this director's films, including this like TV stuff here at the front. Out One. This is 2 parts of a TV series or a miniseries, and then the Out One movie here. And then you've got 2 other movies and then this beautiful hardbound book. I want this one. I love this release. I need to watch more of his stuff first because I haven't seen enough to actually make this purchase, especially because it's $275. But look at that. If you got that when it came out, you got a steal because there's so much bang for your buck in there. Look at all those bonus features. So much stuff. Just a wall of supplements down there. Looks really cool. Love the booklet. Love the whole packaging. Looks great. That one's in really good condition. Looks like that seller kept it in great shape. But it is $275. You can probably maybe find that one for a little cheaper, but that seems to be the going rate. $250 to $300 for those Arrow Academy old box sets. All out of print. The whole label is out of print. They don't even use that name anymore. So yeah, those are hard to find. But that one looks great. Love it. And Joshua's right here. Celine, thank you. God, I could not remember that name to save my life. Everyone's yelling Celine at me. Celine and Julie Go Boating. Joshua Andrew says, regret not getting the big Rivette set, but got the Out One set. Okay, cool. So you did get one of those films, but you didn't get the full box set. It looks great. I've seen it go for a little bit cheaper than that here and there, but I'm going to have to wait. I'm going to have to wait until I see more of those films and until I see that price go down a little bit because it's still pretty steep. My cup holder just stuck to the bottom of my cup. Did I show you guys my cup holders yet? Look at this. Look what I got. Criterion Collection. I don't know where I got those from. Redbubble or something. I needed coasters for my desk because my water was leaking everywhere. And those are nice. Next up, we've got Chungking Express, which is obviously in the Criterion Collection. You can get it in several ways there. But these are full slips from Nova Media. So the same company that did my once full slip release right here. So you've got these beautiful lenticular covers here. 2 different ones, a green one and a red one. These are limited to 1,600 and 1,400. This guy's got spine number 138 for each, which is pretty cool. There you go. You got a green and a red. And there's the other side, steelbooks on the inside with booklets for each one. That's really cool. I love when so a lot of the like full slips and one clicks that these companies do are usually like big blockbuster movies, like superhero movies or action movies or science fiction movies. I love it when they do these premium like deluxe releases for, the smaller, straight up drama movies or international films. That's really cool. I love when these companies do that kind of stuff. It makes sense because a lot of these, like World Cinema Library is a Chinese company. They put out a lot of Chinese films like that was mentioned earlier. So that's cool. I love when they do that kind of stuff. But yeah, this is $250 for one movie basically because it's the same film just in two different releases. Way too steep. Way too steep. I'll stick with the Criterion on that one. But it's very cool. Very, very cool. And then we've got another 2001 release. This one's from Manta Labs. I still prefer the World Cinema Library release, but this one's a little cheaper, $269 if you want to get the 4K from Manta Lab. Still a big, giant black box set in the 4K format. Looks great, but I can't do it. I can't spend $269 for one film that I'm probably going to watch every, 10 years. I can't watch it that often. It's pretty long, but yeah, I can't do it. Another one of my favorite films of all time, Metropolis here, another Eureka release. This is from Eureka Masters of Cinema, much smaller, slimmer release, but it's spine number 16. Looks insane, looks incredible. I have the Kino Lorber complete Metropolis, so I don't need this, but I just threw it in here because it looks great. I love Eureka, love that company. This is probably very limited. Does it say how limited this is? I don't know if Eureka puts the number on there, but limited edition 3-disc set, Fritz Lang's masterpiece Metropolis, spine number 16. The only one I was able to find on eBay is this one, and it is currently listed at $250, which is nuts. I love you, Connor. Connor is one of my best friends, and this is one of his favorite movies of all time, but I don't think I could get you a $250 Christmas present. That would be, I wish I could. I wish I had the funds to do that, but I can't, unfortunately. Excelsior movie reviews, 53 watching, but only 13 likes. Help DJ out, everybody. Thank you, Excelsior. Really appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks for the help there, for the assist. Michael Smith, there's a YouTube video from a guy who has every Arrow Academy box set, and there are a lot of them. Send that to me if you can, because maybe I can just search it, but I would love to look at that because I'm always interested in those box sets, and that is insane. I love to be a completionist with this stuff, but it's just too much to buy, too many labels, and I can never keep up. I'd have to just focus in on one, and I don't want to do that because there's too much good stuff out there. Trekopedia, name I don't recognize. Welcome to the stream. Pokemon, the first movie, isn't a Criterion, but out of print and should get a 25th anniversary re-release this year as a special edition. That'd be cool. If they do that, I would love if they would release the uncut version because they cut out like a big 20-minute chunk from the movie when they released it in the States. That was like basically Mewtwo as like a fetus. As like he was still like in a womb, like a fake womb with like the other. It's very weird. I guess I kind of understand why they cut it in America, but I think it makes the movie better, and I wish they would have left that in, or I wish we would get some kind of release in America that includes that scene. But yeah, I'm with you. That'd be cool. That'd be a cool release. Internet user, My Holy Grail is the Criterion Blu-ray of Chungking Express. Yeah, that's one that's out of print as well. Dan Sten says Chungking Express. Man, why must Wong Kar-wai be so good? Yeah, that's a director I still need to dive into. Oh, here we go. Christian Reyes. I spent $150 on Second Sight's release of Drive. I've seen that one. That's a beautiful release. And one that I didn't throw on the list here is the Second Sight release of Picnic at Hanging Rock. That one goes for like $120, $130, $150. Beautiful 4K release. Love the box set for that Picnic at Hanging Rock. But again, I can't pay that much for one movie, but I would. Oh, I want to. I've been tempted before. But I don't have the money, so it's not hard to resist. Bailey Walsh. I don't know if I really have any Holy Grail items. I have a lot of limited editions, but many of those releases have standard editions too. And regardless of SE, I don't know how sought out the titles or LE releases are. Interesting. Yeah, some people don't care. That's fine. Some of us are nerds and we like to look at this kind of stuff. But yeah, the movies is the most important part, obviously. I do like booklets and I do like supplements as well to kind of supplement my experience with the film because I like to learn as much as I can when I watch something. But the movie is the most important part. And and you're you're saving a lot of money if you do that. Eva Wax finally watched Lawrence of Arabia for the first time this weekend, and it looks absolutely fantastic on 4K. That's another one that was going for $80-90, that Steelbook 4K of Lawrence of Arabia. And then is it Warner or Lionsgate? I can't remember the studio, but they just decided to re-release it. They'd put out a second run. So all of them dropped on eBay because they were selling for like $80-90. Now you can get on Amazon for $34 or whatever. So you never know. You don't. It's an investment. Sometimes you'll finally splurge for the out of print thing, and then it comes right back in print. Happened to me famously with the Harryhausen box sets. The Harryhausen Volume 2 box set. I don't even know, but I spent way too much for it because literally like the next couple months they did a re-release on Indicator and did a whole. So I have the first wave, but nobody cares. It's the same exact thing. So that was a bummer. So it happens sometimes, but sometimes you got to take a chance. Einstein Jet. Hi, DJ. I asked this on the last Captain Logan show, but you guys missed it. What movie do you own the most copies of? Okay. Most copies of. That's not going to be an interesting answer, I don't think, because I don't buy multiple copies of things anymore. I used to. When I first started collecting, when I was in like high school and I had no bills and no kids and no wife, and I could just waste my money on stupid things. And pretty much the only thing I was watching back then was like superhero movies and sci-fi movies and stuff like that. So I would buy like my favorite superhero movies multiple times. So like Guillermo del Toro's Hellboy 2, I have like 4 different copies of, or used to. I think I've sold some now. Batman Begins was one of my favorite movies back then, so I had like 4 copies of that. That was actually my first Blu-ray I ever bought was Batman Begins. So I had the standard release. Later on, I bought a release with a slipcover and a digital copy because I wanted the digital. Then later on, I bought a steelbook of it because it was like $10 on Black Friday or something like that. So I used to buy multiple copies of certain films. I don't do that anymore. Now I do this. I look for the most definitive copy I can find, and then I go with that. That's what I try to do, unless it's outrageous like this. But yeah, I don't have interesting responses for that. I'm not one of those that has to like buy every version of my favorite film. I don't do that anymore. But great question though. Alden Tuttle. I found a really cool Mad Max collection. I'm super excited to watch all of them next week. It's called the High Octane Collection on Blu-ray for those who are wondering. I've seen that. I believe that's the Steelbook collection with the big Steelbook box around it. It looks awesome. I recently just watched all those for the first time before the new one came out. And yeah, that seems like a fun watch through, especially if you own them physically on 4K. Posty, I have the Second Sight Drive release, but I didn't know it was in such high demand now. I feel cool. Yeah, all those Second Sights go out of print eventually, and they're all super, super pricey. No Borders! So I shouldn't mention the OOP Criterion of Chungking Express I have. Oh, I know about that release, and I'm glad that you have a copy of it. And if you missed the beginning, thank you again for the Blu-ray that you sent me. I talked about it at the beginning, but thanks again now that you're here. Trekopedia, Ty for the welcome, man. Love the Criterion and Barnes & Noble hunts. And, excuse me, Ty. I'm an ancient person. Thank you for the welcome, man. Love the Criterion and Barnes & Noble hunts. And thank you for what you do. Thank you for watching, man. I just do this because it's fun, honestly. I'm buying the stuff anyway. I like sharing it with other people. It's something fun to do. It's my hobby. So thank you for joining me. It's great to have you. Juan. Caligula on 4K is being released by Umbrella in beautiful special collector's edition, but quite expensive. Yeah, those Umbrella releases are nuts, especially in the States because you got to pay like $30 to get it shipped here. But I think they did a Super Mario release, Super Mario Brothers, like the original one, and it was like $100, but it was a huge box set. And something cool about that box set is it had the script in it, which is awesome, and every release from a boutique label should do that. I know there's probably rights issues a lot of times and they're not released, but I would love, how cool would that be if we got the script with all these boutique releases? It would be insane. I would absolutely love that. Scripts and soundtracks. Stop doing art cards. Stop doing posters that are folded up and ruined anyway. Scripts, soundtracks. That's what you should take away from this video. I know all the boutique labels are watching. Let's go through here. Let's just jump down to this one because we're going to go for about an hour and a half like we normally do, same as always, but tons of great engagement in the chat. So thank you guys so much. Really enjoying talking to you guys about this stuff. This is fun. This is a nice change of pace. This one right here, speaking of World Cinema Library, No one was, but we did earlier. This is a beautiful release. This is a Blu-ray release of Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, James Stewart film, Frank Capra film. So many good people involved with this one. Love the release. Love the purple. Love the big bulky set. It's got a case in there. This is spine number 4 from WCL. There's also a booklet in there. Not sure what's in there, but look at that. Looks great. Limited to only 120. 120. Only 120 people in the whole world have this. I don't even know what did I read? What? Yeah, this one's not as limited. This Nova release, but this World Cinema Library release here is 120. 75th anniversary of Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. I would love to have this. $180 for one movie. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. So I'll never get that, but I can dream. Very, very cool release. King Kong. Speaking of movies that I liked in high school that I haven't watched in a long time, this is Peter Jackson's King Kong. I still don't have it on 4K. I would like it on 4K. But this is the Film Arena giant box set, 4K steelbook booklet and hardbound book in there. Looks great. 8th one of the world. Love that. What is it limited to? It doesn't even say. Oh, 750. Only 750 of these in the whole world. I would actually really love like an original 1933 King Kong release like this, but this is the 2005 version, which I also loved when it came out. And there you go. Look at that. Looks great. Not going to pay $185, but if it dropped down to like 60, I might do it. I don't know. That's another fun game to try to like see how low it would have to go before you jumped on it. Anyway, Alejandro Jodorowsky, another, I wouldn't say favorite filmmaker of mine, but I really love this one movie for him. We talked about him at the beginning because someone sent me Jodorowsky's Dune. This is, boom, Santa Sangre. This is a beautiful release from Severin that I like quite a bit. This is in print and it's not that expensive and I love it. And this does include the soundtrack like I was just talking about. There's an extra disc in there with the full soundtrack on there. Look at all those supplements. Great release. And this is not included in this, which is an Arrow Academy box set. No, an Arrow Video box set, excuse me. Beautiful Arrow Video box set. I've seen this before. It's also for about $180. It's very, very pricey, but this is all of his other films except Santa Sangre. So it's kind of perfect match. If you have that and you have this, you're all set. Santa Sangre is the only film from him I've seen. I really want to watch his other stuff. I think I'm going to go to Holy Mountain next. That's like the one that intrigues me the most, but this is a beautiful box set. I had to put it in the thumbnail because it looks great. It's got Psycho Magic, it's got El Topo, and it's got the Holy Mountain right there. And it's got that one too. So yeah, all of them in there except Santa Sangre. Beautiful yellow box set with like a bunch of stuff crammed in there. Really, really cool. Maybe if I found that one for around 100, 120, maybe for 4 or 5 films, maybe. I would maybe pull the trigger at like 120, but I can't go any higher than that. 180, too much. Way too much. But there you go. If he's your favorite filmmaker, you kind of got to have that box set because it's nice. It's pretty much definitive. Let's see. What other people saying here? Umbrella has... Oh, interesting. Thank you, Jason. I didn't know this. Umbrella has free shipping at $140. Just saying, okay. That's not bad. A lot of them do 100. I know Vincent does at 100. I tried to get Radiance to do free shipping. I kept putting things in the cart, and it never got to free shipping. It just kept going. So I pulled things back out. Gus has the Umbrella Super Mario release for the 4K. Awesome. Very, very cool. I'm jealous. I know they just did a re-release of it. Different version. I don't know which one you have. Baloney, when you upgrade a title, do you compare bonus content and keep both if they have different bonus content? I think so. I don't upgrade titles that often, so I haven't had to deal with that much. Now is like we're really getting like a lot of double dips from boutique labels now. So I've had to think about that more. But yeah, I think I would. I think I would keep it. Maybe I wouldn't display it. Maybe I would just have it like down here underneath in the cabinets. But I would want to have those supplements. I don't want to throw those away. Brown Bunny says scripts and soundtracks. Exactly. Jason says, I have the limited edition of Martyrs from Umbrella. I think it was limited to 250. Well, that's awesome. Very, very cool. Whoa, the chat just jumped up. Thank you guys for all the engagement tonight. There's a new name. clinically, or at least for tonight, clinically abrasive. We've talked to you before. Really glad I picked up the Jodorowsky box set. It's a very beautiful release. Yeah, let me know how much that was when it first came out. Or maybe don't, because I'll just be mad. Because it was probably like $60 when it came out, and now it's 180. Scott also has the Jodorowsky set. Love it. I also have that release of Santa Sangre. Well, you're all set, man. You've got his old filmography pretty much. Posty, you can get those 3 Jodorowsky releases individually for a good price. I think I got them for about $20 each. Yeah. A lot of the Arrow stuff. Arrow nowadays will do the limited, and then they'll do sometimes they'll do a limited edition box set with a hard box and a booklet. Then they'll do a standard box set that still comes with a little like cardboard slipcase. It's a little nicer than a normal release, but it's not as nice as the limited. And then sometimes you can also get them individually, like you said. So they usually cover their bases, which is nice of them. Evil Wax, good to know. Posty, that's a pretty good price. Talking about the free shipping, $140 from Umbrella. Clinically Abrasive, I really want to get that Jacques Rivette collection box set. I'll wait and hope I can find it for a decent price. Yeah, maybe someday. That's what I'll be doing too, because I want that one as well. Let's jump over and see what else we've got here. This is another World Cinema Library release. There's no reason to get this because we now have, I think, 4Ks of both of these. Maybe not. No, I'm thinking of a different one. I don't think we have 4Ks of these yet. These are Henri Georges Clouzot films. It's Diabolique and The Wages of Fear. Both of these, look at that. First of all, look at the box. It's like a trippy like mind puzzle. Look at that. Looks awesome. Never seen anything like that before in physical media. And there's the other side of it. You got both films in there and these big, huge full slips and then a giant book as well. The back is super plain with some lightly debossed text in there. All this is in French though. And then you've got the side of their World Cinema Library. All that is the stuff that's inside. There's the box. You've got all that stuff in there. Love the color palette of this one. It's all black and white. Both these films are black and white. But yeah, Diabolique's one of my favorite movies in the Criterion Collection. I have not seen Wages of Fear yet. We talked about that last month. I really want to watch that one soon. I already have the Criterions of both of those, so there's really no reason to buy this, but man is it nice. Man, is it nice. 160. We're getting lower. Maybe some of you guys have that kind of money sitting around. I don't, but maybe. Another World Cinema Library release with 2 films from a director. This is the one I was thinking of. This is Wim Wenders. So this is a Blu-ray, and we've already got a 4K of Wings of Desire. I think we have a 4K announced of Paris, Texas. Maybe not, but that's inevitable at this point if it hasn't already been announced. But look at this release. This release is so cool. Look at this. It's like a suitcase. It's literally like a leather-bound suitcase. This is sealed, so I can't see what it looks like on the inside. But look at that. It's got a handle and everything. It looks like a suitcase. I would love this. Wings of Desire is amazing. Haven't seen Paris, Texas yet. Need to check that one off the list for sure. But yeah, I would love to have that one. $165, still pretty egregious for just 2 films. But at least that one is like unique and very, very interesting. It's not just a box. Like it's literally a suitcase. Very cool. I'd love to see what the inside of that one looks like. But that's Wim Wenders. WCL. What spine number is that? Did they say? I guess you can't tell because it's just a suitcase. But yeah, very, very cool. Don't know what that one's limited to, but I'm sure it's pretty low. Anyone has that one, let me know. Anyone has any of these, let me know if you're willing to sell these, because some of these I would really like, including this one, another World Cinema Library, Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, one of my absolute favorite Westerns of all time, just movies of all time. I loved this when I saw it last year. Spy number 52, this is a 4K release. Getting a little lower, 150, but still one film for $150 is kind of nuts. But look at that, John Wayne, James Stewart, can't go wrong. Love this movie, and really cool that World Cinema Library did a really cool release of it. Custom artwork all the way around, booklet in there. Looks like there's like film reels and I don't know what those are, posters, all kinds of goodies in there. A lot of bang for your buck. Just too many bucks. Too many bucks at the 150 price. Can't get it. What else do we got here? Little known film here, Citizen Kane. Maybe you've heard of it. Orson Welles, World Cinema Library. Another one. Giant box set for one movie. Spy number 48. Huge booklet in there. The book is twice as big as the movie. Very clean, very nice. If you're one of those folks who hate the Criterion packaging for this film, maybe get the 4K UHD from World Cinema Library. You get all that stuff in there. Look at all that stuff. So many goodies. $150. If it's your favorite film of all time, it's the best film of all time, according to everybody else, maybe splurge on there. There you go. There you go. $150. Citizen Kane. Greatest movie of all time. Any takers? Nobody? Well, it's awesome. I'm not going to jump at it either, but whew, that's a nice, clean release. A little boring, a little plain. I guess they feel like there's like this, you got to be a little more austere when you come to Citizen Kane. You got to be like classy, so it's just all white. But I would rather have the Liberty Valance one or the Inventors one, but that one looks cool too. Let's see. Who else is in the chat? What are people saying here? Clinically Abrasive. I got the Jodorowsky box set for $63. See, that's a perfect price. That's very decent. I could do that. Also from Clinically Abrasive says The Wages of Fear is amazing. I got that on Criterion recently. I can't wait to watch that one. That's gonna have to be a 2024 watch for me. Bailey Walsh, this makes me wonder what's just sitting at local used secondhand shops that have movies, but actually I doubt there'd be certain releases unless the previous owner was somehow unaware of its value. Yeah, I never see this stuff. Like, I go to Half Price Books and City Warehouse and those kind of places, Second and Charles around here. Never see this stuff because they'll probably give you like, I don't know, $40 for it. Maybe that's actually a lot. I remember we talked earlier about my Hellboy 2 releases. I used to have like this big box set of Hellboy 2, one of the ones that I had from high school. I turned it in and they gave me like $12, $9. I don't know what they gave me. And then they slapped it on the shelf for $50. I went back the next week and I saw my movie right there on the shelf for $50 and they gave me like $9. They don't give you anything. I would never turn in one of these nice releases to those places because you'd be better off just like putting it on eBay, I guess. And you could way lowball it and it would still be better than those places. Posty, the artwork for the World Cinema Library, the man with who shot Liberty Valance is gorgeous. I know. I want that one. I'm probably gonna have to end up getting the Paramount release instead, but it looks so nice. Let's see. Biloney, Twilight Time and Olive Films titles should be re-released by Kino Lorber. I'd be down for that. I have a couple Twilight Time and one Olive Films, I think. Both, gone out of business at this point, which is really sad. But some of those films that they put out still have like other boutique releases, so I'd totally be down for that. Benris M. I really want to get the World Cinema Library box set release of Roman Holiday. $88 on eBay. Still can't pull the trigger for one movie. Exactly. There's a Roman Holiday one, and there's also a Breakfast at Tiffany ones. Two films from what's her name? Audrey Hepburn. Audrey Hepburn. Let me make sure I say that right, because I'll get attacked in the comments. But yeah, two of them, and I don't think I have those on the list. But those are two of my wife's favorite movies. She loves Audrey Hepburn movies, and I've wanted to get those for her as like gifts in the past. But yeah, they're right around $100, like you said, $88. Very steep for one movie. But yeah, they look gorgeous. I love those ones as well. This one also put in the thumbnail. Just found out about this one recently. This one's beautiful. But again, no reason to get it because we already have Mona Lisa on Blu-ray from Criterion, and we're getting a 4K of The Long Good Friday here in just a couple months. But look at this. Beautiful box set for these two films. I assume these films go great together. They sound, just from descriptions and synopses, they sound like they go great together. I've only seen Mona Lisa. I'm really looking forward to The Long Good Friday later this year. But look at that. This lovely orange and purple color scheme. You get a movie and a book for each one for both films. This is cool. I'd love to see more double features like this. You don't see this a lot from boutique labels, but it's a gorgeous set. $150. That's still quite a lot for just two films, but we're getting lower. We're getting more reasonable. Still kind of insane, but look at that. It's still sealed. This guy kept it in great shape. Looks great. Very, very cool. I'd love to have that in the collection, in the Aero Academy collection, and I have a couple other Aero Academies back there. I'll have to show those to you someday, but whew, that's a nice one. Very, very nice. I love the bright colors ones, you can see. I mean, kind of goes to the whole theme here. Back to Kino Lorber. We're back to Kino Lorber talking about Sophia Loren. This is a beautiful box set from Kino Lorber. Kino Lorber doesn't do box sets very often, but when they do, they're all right. They're just a nice little slipcase. This is 5-disc set, 5 films starring Sophia Loren. And look at that. They each got their own case, 4 different cases in there. Like I said, nothing to write home about. It's not like an indicator box. It's not like an Aero Academy box. It is just, literally a little cardboard slipcase, but it's nice. Something about that Makes it a little nicer. You can put it on the shelf. Takes up a little bit more real estate. Looks a little nicer on the shelf, but not $150 worth. Like, look at that, $150. 5 films. You can maybe justify it if you're a huge Sophia Loren fan, but again, long out of print. Kino did a short run of this, and it is way out of print. But if that's one of your favorites of all time, maybe pick it up. I won't be paying $150 for it, but I am interested to watch more Sophia Loren films. All right, getting down to the wire here. We're almost done. Let me know. This is where you guys should chime in and let me know. You kind of have been doing it the whole time. But if there are any other releases that you guys are really like want to get or that you know about, let me know. Just throw them in there in the chat, and then I'll look those up. Maybe a couple of those at the end because I'm weird and I'm curious to know about these things, even though I can't afford them. It's just fun. It's fun to look at. It's fun to window shop on eBay. This here is 2 of these. We got 2 here. These is VSU releases from Vinegar Syndrome for terrible movies, but the packaging is so nice. I have one right here. This one is still in print, or at least was when I bought it. $50 these run for. Sidekicks, huge childhood movie for me. Watched this a ton as a kid. My parents are both martial arts instructors. They had a martial arts studio their whole life. I've been in there since I could walk, and we watched every dumb karate kid movie you could imagine in the 90s. It was huge. There was 3 Ninjas movies, Surf Ninjas, anyone you could think of. We had it, we rented it, we watched it. And this is Chuck Norris's brother directing Chuck Norris and the kid from Sequest in Sidekicks, which is another, this goes up there with Dragonheart, with like masterpieces of the 90s. Here you go. This is a beautiful release. These Vinegar Syndrome releases, they get this huge box with a magnet closure. Oh, it's so satisfying. Has a nice different slipcover inside. Different artwork right there in the white ninja suits from the first scene of the movie. And then the black 4K case underneath. We have a 4K release of Sidekicks, which is crazy. And the booklet, look at the booklet. Yeah, the booklet is a beautiful, it looks like an old like karate magazine. My basement growing up was flooded with these things. My dad had thousands of them. And this is just so nostalgic for me. I love this. Love this release. Sidekicks. Everyone check it out. But these are the VSU releases. These are from Vinegar Syndrome. There's only like 10 of these. There's not even that many. They just started this line. And that's what they look like. Usually for horrendous films. But they look so nice. And this is one that I would like to get, Beastmaster. I'm a big Sword and Sorcery fan. Even though I don't hear the best things about this movie, I'd love to get it. But I'm not going to pay $135 for it. Are you nuts? That's crazy for one movie. For one not great movie. But it's in my wish list because I like looking at it, but I'm never going to get it. Maybe if it came down to like 60 or something. But yeah, that's one I wish I had grabbed when it first came out because I'm never going to be able to get it. But there you go, Beastmaster. Another one of those VSU releases that we have here is called Cloak and Dagger. This one's a little cheaper, $120. Right around there, you've got the box, and then you've got the slipcover as well, and then the booklet in there. Another really nice release. I hear that movie's decent. I hear that one's actually pretty good, like a young... Like a 12-year-old, like show your kids that one. Maybe around that age. It's pretty cool. It's got the kid from E.T. Cloak and Dagger. But I'll probably, unless someone wants to sell it for cheaper than that, I can't pay $120. But those VSU releases are great. I love the packaging on those. I'd love to pick those up moving forward, but there's so much to buy. Let's see. Trey Jones. I just bought 2 of my Grails. Oh, awesome. Volume 2 and 3 of the Scorsese Presents Masterpieces of Polish Cinema box sets. I need Volume 1 now. Interesting. I have the Volume 1. That's the only one I have, though. I don't have 2, 3, or 4. If I'm talking about the same thing, maybe I'm not. I'm talking about the Criterion ones. Are you talking about the Criterion ones? Maybe you're talking about something different. Let me know. Columbia Classics Volume 1. Yes, someone brought that up. Of course, those Columbia Classics box sets are lovely, but they're insanely priced now because they're out of print. Gus has the Columbia Classics Volume 1. Last time I checked, it was going for $1,000. Good gracious, that's ridiculous. Eva Wax, I pre-ordered Heather's limited edition 4K from Arrow, and it's set to arrive soon. Congratulations. Let us know what you think of it. Let's see. The proprietor of Kino Lorber said that whatever that stars Chuck Norris somehow sells well on Blu-ray. The man is magic. Fred says, "Hey, the Beastmaster is a fine film. Good. I don't know. I've only can go off what people have told me. I haven't seen it, but I'd love to see it. And I'll probably just have to settle for like the slipcover edition or the standard edition because The VSU edition is out of print. Gus also likes Beastmaster. That's good. That's good to hear because I'm personally watching the trailer. It looked cool to me. I had just come off. I was hot off the heels of Dragon Slayer, which we just got last year in 4K Steelbook, and then I had just watched the Conan movies earlier this year, which we got in 4K from Arrow Video. I got that box set, so I was ready for Beastmaster. And then when I saw it was out of print, it was a bummer because I was ready to watch it. But maybe someday, it'll go back down, and I'll get lucky and I can find one. Joshua also says Cloak and Dagger VSA is essential. I adore that movie. Really great Hitchcock-style thriller. See, I hear good things about both of those. I only have Sidekicks, and I have the Daryl one up there in the pink section. But yeah, I'd love to get more of those. They look great. Dan's Den, Dabney Coleman recently passed away, and he plays the dad in Cloak and Dagger. Oh, there's another reason to watch it. Griff, the Sidekicks was a lot of fun. Cloak and Dagger was a real surprise for me. Big nostalgia trip. See, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping it'll be one of those films where even though I didn't see it growing up, it brings me nostalgia for like family movies from that time period. Posty, my holy grails would be all the slipcovers for the Kino Classics movies I don't have. Yeah, slipcovers is a whole other ballgame that we could talk about at some point because those can be pretty pricey as well. Christian Reyes, Dragon Slayer is legend. Yes, Fred, 100% agree. That was one I didn't see till recently, and I loved it. So good. Let's see, new releases. All right, we're back over here. There's another WCL that I would love to get at some point, All Quiet on the Western Front. Cheapest one we've talked about so far. It's only $100. It's the original, All Quiet, and it's a beautiful release. Still sealed. That one looks great. Maybe someday I could pick that one up. Looks great. Another one here that's just around $100 is one of my favorite movies of all time, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the 4K release. But look at this. I don't know if we're going to get a good picture of it. Maybe look this up on YouTube because there's been some unboxings of it. But it's the definitive release of Willy Wonka. I remember when this came out, or like I found out about it right after it sold out. I would have loved to have bought this because it was cheaper than $100 at the time. Look at this. It's got like this big, that purple part is just a slip cover. It slides off and there's a huge slip box that looks like a chocolate bar. You can't really get a good view of it. Look at that. Looks like a Wonka bar. There's all these different art cards and you get a golden ticket replica. You get a full couple booklets in there, or at least one booklet. You get a full poster. It looks awesome. It looks like a boutique release. It's great. Looks really cool. Really cool of Warner Brothers to do that, but out of print now, and it's going to cost me $100. Even though it is one of my favorite films, it's still tough for me to pay $100 for just one movie, especially one that I already have the 4K release of. So that's just been sitting in my wish list for a while. But man, it is awesome. Super cool. Would love to get that someday. That might be one that I like put on my Christmas list for somebody, for like my wife or parents or something. Here's another one that I would love to get, but it's a little pricier. $129.99. Mad Max Fury Road. An instant favorite of mine. I saw this for the first time just this year before the new one came out. Somehow I'd missed it the last couple years, and man, did I love this movie. Wasn't a big fan of like the rest of the series. It was not really my thing. This one, though, loved it. And this is the 4K full slip of this from HD Zeta, which we talked about earlier. Comes with the steelbook in there. Comes with a lovely lenticular box. And it also includes the black and chrome edition in 4K, which is the black and white version of the movie, which I haven't seen and I'd love to. Very, very cool. There's the inside. Beautiful release. This is another one I would love. But $130, one movie, too much. I'm repeating myself, but that's basically the lesson is I can't afford that much. But I love that release. And another one along the same lines. These are all very similar, so I'm glad I saved these for the end. Willy Wonka, Mad Max, and then this release of Wizard of Oz, another one of my all-time favorites. Has a lovely release from Film Arena. This is my current holy grail. I would love to have this. This is my daughter's favorite movie. We just got to see it in the theater earlier this year at the Plaza Theater here in Atlanta. Loved it. What a great experience. I still don't own the 4K of this. I don't own it on 4K. I know there's a steelbook that you can get that's cheaper, but this is just insane. It's like this beautiful full slip lenticular on the front and lenticular on the back. It's a double lenticular. It's just big and bulky and all kinds of stuff in there. Limited to only 400. The bottom of it is the Yellow Brick Road. It's so cool. There's everything you get inside. Look at all that. Double lenticular, steelbook inside. That's the inside of the steelbook. Giant like landscape booklet, tons of art cards, tons of character cards, multiple discs, posters, everything. So much stuff in this release, but it's $165, and I can't pay that much for one film, even one of my favorite films of all time. But I would love to get that someday. That's staying on the wish list until it comes down a little bit, but so cool. Love that one. So that would be towards the top of my list. Same thing with the Willy Wonka, that Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. Like, there's so much good stuff in here, and we could go even more. I'm going to stop it there because we're right about an hour and 20. Let's talk for 10 more minutes and wrap this video up, but I hope you enjoyed going through those with me. Like I said, we could do a whole other video about this again because I'm always finding out about new stuff, and I'm curious. I'm just a curious guy. I don't know why. Some people already think I'm nuts that I look at this stuff that I'm never going to be able to afford. It's kind of like just teasing myself, but it's cool. It's interesting. I would just love to have some of that stuff. All right. Let's see who else is here today. Let's wrap this up. Any final comments, questions, things you want to share, things you want to bring up? Let me know. Thanks so much for the great show tonight, guys. Really appreciate all the great conversation. Christian Reyes, Amazon is now taking orders for the Paramount Presents Chinatown. So I ordered it. I think they're going on eBay for like $300. I remember that. We talked about it on this show, and then it went out of print like immediately. I think it went out of print like before it even dropped. One of those. And yeah, like I said, like the Lawrence of Arabia, people just put them on eBay right away, try to get a bunch of money for it. But I'm glad that Paramount is putting out another wave. That's awesome. And I hope you guys can grab one. Let's see. Trey Jones, masterpieces of Polish cinema box sets were released by Milestone Films like 9 or 10 years ago in our region B. I didn't even collect them, so my knowledge is limited on them. Okay, so you are talking about something different. That's cool. I'll have to look those up. I didn't know those existed. Laney Lane, do you think Honey, I Shrunk the Kids will get re-released in Blu-ray or 4K? I don't know. That's still up in the air. People were hopeful when Sony said they were going to be taking over Disney's catalog. I have the Blu-ray of it back there in the Disney exclusive collection back there. So there is a Blu-ray. You can probably find it on eBay for not that expensive, maybe $40. I don't know, actually. I haven't checked, but that's around what they do, 30 to 50 maybe even more now that DMC is closed down. But there is a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids Blu-ray. I don't know if we'll ever get a 4K. Maybe Sony will do stuff with that catalog at some point. I'm not too hopeful, but we'll see. I'd love to get more of that stuff. I just watched The Love Bug again, which is back there in the DMC exclusive section. One of my favorite movies that I watched growing up as a kid. A lot of nostalgia for that one. I watched that one with my grandma growing up, and I got to show it to my kids for the first time last weekend, and they loved it. It was a lot of fun, and I'm really falling in love with that kind of era of like 60s family special effects films. Like we watched Darby O'Gill earlier this year. We watched Pete's Dragon, also Mary Poppins, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, all that era of like 60s films where it's like emphasis on, practical special effects. Love that stuff. And I'd love to get more of those. There was some by the same director of Love Bug that were in the DMC exclusives that I didn't pick up, and I wish I had because now they're probably expensive because they're all shut down. But great stuff. Great stuff from DMC while it lasted. Slipmaker, Dabney Coleman passed away. That's a shame. He was planned as the main villain of Boardwalk Empire Season 2 in 2011, but had a stroke and they had to rewrite it on the fly. Still the best season, though. Great that he stayed alive for so long after having a stroke, though. That's cool. But no, I hadn't heard about that. Posty, do you have any movies you've refused to buy because you think they'll get boutique releases eventually? Criterion has to put out The Cook, The Thief, His Wife, and Her Lover eventually, right? I'm sure there are. Yeah, like there's definitely releases that all they have is like a very slim, bare bones release, and there's really nothing special about it. So I've held off and haven't picked up. And I'm kind of like you said, waiting for a boutique label. I'd have to give it some thought, though. Maybe I could put together a Letterboxd list. Connor and I did a similar video to that where we were talking about movies that we would love to see get boutique releases. And it's kind of crosses over with some of those. So I've talked about that a little bit. But yeah, that'd be a tough video. I'd have to prepare for that one. But I'm sure there are at some point. Michael Smith, question for the class. Anyone know how to liquidate a collection? I am single and nobody in my family would know what to do with my collection. Ooh, interesting. So you're worried about, like, when you pass away, what you're collecting. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm lucky. My wife is very involved in my collection and kind of the channel, and she kind of knows what stuff is worth, and we've already talked about it, and she told me she's not going to get rid of it. She's going to keep it for the kids. Maybe they won't. I don't know. Hopefully they'll keep it, but that's when you will find stuff at like secondhand stores, is when the kids just dump granddad's book collection or movie collection. It breaks my heart when I go to like Half Price Books and I see like the entire Hardy Boys collection or like a ton of Easton Press books. All these, it's clearly someone passed away and their family just dumped them, and it hurts my heart. But I can't take it with me. I mean, it's here for me. It's here for my kids. That's the only reason I have it. So I guess it's not too big of a deal. But yeah, I don't know how you would take care of that. I guess just talk about it with your loved ones. Make sure they, I guess, write a will, like a will of what you want them to do with it when you go. That's interesting. I haven't really thought about it. Like Grace and I have talked about it a little bit, but not too much. Gaming Canvas, love these types of streams. Well, cool. I'm glad this worked out, because this was a last minute decision because there wasn't much coming out today, and I thought it'd be fun to talk about. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. Adam Arch, lowest I saw on eBay was $93. Not sure which one he's talking about. Is he talking about Honey, I Shrunk the Kids? Because that's super high. Jeez. Jeffrey Patron was just looking at some of the WCL releases, and their release of Wild at Heart looks so nice. Sad to hear the David Lynch news earlier. I also saw that on Reddit earlier today. David Lynch. That sucks. I don't know if he's going to keep making films remotely or if he's just going to stop altogether, but I could see making films remotely being very, very frustrating. So I don't know if he'll do that or not. Internet user, have you seen the 1965 film The Great Race? I think it'll be up your alley. Yes, I have. It's actually right back there in the Warner Archive collection. Great movie. Very similar. It's I haven't showed that one to the kids yet because it's a little bit more adult. But man, is it Jack Lemmon? Is Jack Lemmon the villain in that? I think it is. He's hilarious. It's straight up cartoon character in that. That is like one of the most live action, like the best live action cartoon I've ever seen. Like up there with Altman's Popeye. It's crazy. Like they just straight up do cartoon physics in live action, and it's awesome. I love Great Race. It's wonderful. Eva Wax, loved the latest video on your Radiance haul. Added a few to my Letterboxd watch list. Thanks. That's why I do it, man. I love sharing the love. I find a great movie that I really like, and I want to tell people about it. So glad you enjoyed the video. Really appreciate you watching. No Borders. Do a will and specify what you want done with it. Give it to your local library. Okay, cool. So people responding to his inquiry earlier. Ethan Edwards, she would give your collection to new daddy. That's number one. I mean, if she's going to remarry, it has to be someone who loves physical media, or he's out. That's going to be in my will for sure. Joshua, for some reason, I'm so nostalgic for the 60s and 70s Disney movies from Norman Tokar. Got a ton of his from Disney Movie Club. Wish they had done a blue of no deposit, no return. I know. It's a bummer, all the things that even before they went out of business, they had stopped doing stuff for like a long time. They weren't putting out much anymore. So I feel like the writing was on the wall for a while. But yeah, I wish I had time to get more of those releases before they went out of business. It is Jack Lemmon. Okay, good. I thought so. He's great in that. He's a lot of fun. Dan Zen, The Great Race, a fantastic tribute to Laurel and Hardy and old comedies in general. Push the button, Max. Oh, it's great. I got to watch that again. You guys are making me want to watch The Great Race again. Fred, do you think the Paramount Presents line is as problematic as some people say it is? I don't know. Why are people mad at it? Are they mad because they're limited edition and they go out of print pretty quickly? Maybe that's what people are mad about. I hate that. Like I wanted, which one? There's a couple that I wanted. I wanted the Court Jester, starring Danny Kaye, and it went out of print, and I was super bummed about that. And then because I didn't know they were limited, I thought they were going to be in print forever, or not forever, but stay in print. But then that one sold out, and I couldn't get my hands on it. I also wanted The Greatest Show on Earth. I Love Me a Circus Movie, and that one also I think is out of print. I'm gonna have to, and they go for real pricey on eBay. We haven't talked about those, but I'm just curious what those go for. We got a couple minutes here. Paramount Presents 4K. Let's see what people are charging for these. Oh my goodness. See, this is ridiculous. So I guess this is what you're talking about. Oh, you're talking about like incorrect color grading and bitrate issues. Okay, no, that goes over my head. Honestly, I would love someday. I hope to be more knowledgeable about that stuff. But yeah, I'm not that deep into it yet. I can't pick up on that stuff. My eye is not trained yet. Hopefully someday. But yeah, what's got me upset is like, look at this, $100. Chinatown just came out like last month, and it's already going for $100 on here. Bringing Out the Dead. I don't even think that one's even come out yet. Has that even come out yet? And it's already going for $42. Election just came out this week, and people are trying to sell it for $45 already. So yeah, that's a bummer. I hate that happens. But maybe hopefully I'll be able to get a copy of those few that I want. Look at that. World of Worlds is already at 60. So yeah, that's a bummer. But no, I hadn't heard about the issues that they're having with it. That's another issue. But yeah, Paramount Presents is pretty cool. I like the idea of it. I like that they're doing boutique releases from a studio. I like that studio's putting some effort into it. But if they're doing a crappy job, that's no good. Hopefully they get those issues fixed, and hopefully they make a little bit more of them so they don't go out of print so fast. Hopefully they're just like figuring out how many people are going to buy, and then they'll up the numbers eventually once they figure it out. Maybe not though. Maybe they like keeping them limited, but I would hope that they would put out more. But that's it. That is it. My voice is toast. We talked about a ton of things tonight. I had a great time talking to you guys. We're right at an hour and 30-minute mark. So we'll go ahead and cap it off here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's been a great show. I'm glad we were able to save this. Only a handful of releases coming out this week. But that's okay. We got all kinds of things to talk about here, about physical media, about collecting, and about movies in general. So thanks, guys. Always appreciate you tuning in for these live shows. If you're watching afterwards on the replay, feel free to join us. Like I said, Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every single week. And if we don't have any new releases to talk about, we'll talk about something else because I enjoy doing these every week. Highlight of my Monday is doing these streams with you. So thanks so much. Appreciate it. Talk to you in the comments down below, and I'll see you back very soon for another video real soon.